お疲れ様です。これでもう今日2時間ぐらいになるよね、これで。でもなんか楽しそうだったけど、どうだった配信？うん。うん、うん。Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no, not direct.
joining direct from Harmonium?
How long have y'all been streaming today? Dang. Yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was funny though, because like you kept saying like, "Oh, I don't know what to say." Like it's weird doing this on my own, but then you like kept talking. You kept going.
This is on Twitch, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna check it out. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
It creates a certain level of like accountability to like yourself. Like you say you're gonna do something here, it's gotta happen, right?
Hmm.
It's gotta
Yeah.
you gotta make it into reality. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, it's been fun, and it's like 3 weeks. I think we've done like 30, almost 30 hours, I think. So, which yeah, maybe we need to have like more efficient meetings, if anything. But yeah, no, it's been fun. And yeah, it's crazy. We're like three weeks and change away from
From
from the
what?
show.
Yeah, no,
From
it's crazy. It's crazy.
it's done soon.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm super hyped too. Like it's kind of funny seeing it like this.
Mm.
It doesn't look real. I mean, it's not real yet, but
Yeah.
but the thing is like I don't think it's that far away from reality. That's is like the crazier part is that like it doesn't look real, but it will be. Like
Yeah.
that that part was kind of crazy looking at this. And so yeah, like what do you want to I know we have like a lot of things like just on the docket in general.
Mm.
I think like it sounds like in terms of things we just kind of got to get moving from a few different angles, like just locking in the setup so that we can get a quote from the venue. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is one thing. And then we got to order stuff for merch
Mm-hmm.
ASAP too, just
Yeah.
shipment wise. Um, And then the other thing is, and we won't go into like exact details, but speaking with Zora, they had some questions around like how Zora exists within the context of the partnership. And so I have a few ideas I want to get feedback on from you
Mm-hmm.
guys. We don't have to talk about any details, more like just stuff that people will see anyway.
Yeah.
Um, and then I don't think like in terms of like invites and socials, like we should set up separate time to go through. Like I feel like that's like another longer conversation
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like we should get that IG and invite out like, early next week.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, like I think we should talk about that separately. But I think those are like the three things that like we have like external contingencies, like other people that have to move
Yeah.
and stuff. And so I think we should probably lock those three things in. Is there anything else that you had, Ian?
Um, not really. Well, Mm. Also, for the opening party, at least. I guess that's
Mhm.
another conversation. Yeah,
Mm.
that's the conversation as well, too.
Yeah. So elements of the opening party,
Yeah.
elements of the opening party, um, and then what is it? Elements of the opening party, merch,
Merch.
layout. Elements is in like what is actually
Yeah.
in it, and like Zora partnership. Cool. I just put this in the notes. Yeah, Casper, if yeah, we can look at this Figma. You can if you also if you want to make a sense space for it, that's fine too. That's up to you. But yeah, so these are like I think the key big four things. Is there anything else
I think
missing?
that's all.
Yeah, and yeah, we should talk about socials and the invite and stuff like that later.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I guess is there anything like new like I thought first and foremost I thought this just like it looks because it looks real.
Hmm.
It was really fun to see this. You popped this out. Is there anything like you want to explain in it in particular that's like
Uh,
different from what we've talked about?
the only thing that I changed outside of what we talked about is hanging photos from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So just opted to put, and the size of these photos can be different as well, but just opted to put the photos in the entrance
Yeah.
just to not clutter the space too much more than it has to be. We'll
Mm-hmm.
already have the greenery hanging from the ceiling, and we're also going to have the film going, of course, too. Not the film, but the video. So just wanted to make that space as or make it as less cluttered as possible. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just decided to put the photos on the wall here as opposed to hanging them.
I think that makes
Yeah.
sense. Would you it just expect it to be like printed pieces of paper or framed or like because right now it looks like they're just like printed and
Yeah,
I don't know how you imagine them on the wall, but
yeah. Well, I guess like we were saying that we were gonna let Hina
mm,
kind of do the curation and placement of the photo. So
yeah.
I have to get her see what she has in mind for that.
Hmm.
But uh yeah, I mean if it's I think like a high quality photo printout could be
Hmm.
fine, but if she wants to do something else, that's fine as well. If she wants to
Yeah.
frame it or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean Casper, you might have it better just I just don't know the physics of it all, if anything. Like
uh-huh.
of like is it will we be able to like put it nicely on the wall and
Yeah,
then like but afterwards if we take it off like if we like use thumbtacks or tape, like, is it gonna fuck up the back? And
uh-huh.
like, um, yeah, we're on Twitch, so we can say whatever we want. There's no
In
censorship
terms of
here.
like pinning it on
But
the wall,
yeah,
the
yeah.
first one I'm seeing, the photos of Fina, the first frame we're seeing is on the wall with like the sand texture, right?
Yeah.
Ah, right, yeah,
So it might
true.
be hard because Ota-san was saying that the white walls where the videos will be projected, we can pin stuff on that. We
Hmm.
can use thumbtacks to pin it. But in terms of like the sand texture, I mean, we might have to get like a really strong like tape, adhesive
Mm.
tape, um, like a Ryomen tape,
Mm.
Yeah,
and put it
for
on.
the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But I think like image-wise, it makes sense.
yeah,
Like this makes more sense, I feel like.
yeah, and honestly,
So,
like I mean, the size. Again, we should talk to Hina like what she's imagining with this. And I
Yeah.
know
mhm,
she probably wants to make like a one graphic piece as well. So this
Mm.
can sort of be her area, the introduction area. So yeah, we should definitely discuss like I don't know, I've never printed photos like this big. It would
Mm.
look cool obviously if we can do that. And I know there's
Yeah.
a lot of like digital photos that she hasn't posted yet.
Mm.
These are the ones that she shared to us was all shot on film and
Yeah.
developed, but she must have a lot of like digital photos as well. So definitely should set up a meeting with her, showing this sort of what you're imagining
Yeah.
and seeing
So
because
what
she
I,
might yeah she might know how to like post this on the wall better than we do.
yeah. I was gonna after we talked, I was gonna share this in the group.
Mm.
get some final
Mhm.
like just see what everybody says, and then
Mhm.
yeah, let people provide feedback or thoughts, or maybe they
Mhm.
want to change this or think something could be better or what something like that. But yeah, I was gonna share this to everybody after we talk, and
I
then
think that sounds great.
yeah,
Cool.
okay. Yeah, so this next photo, obviously, this is where the video will be. And I think just to make the logistics easier, just don't do any rotation thing and just let the video play the whole on days we aren't there either. So outside of the opening party. So the video itself will occupy this wall the entire time, the entire duration of the exhibition, as opposed to having to take the video down and
Mm.
like figure out a way to rotate the photos across the wall and that
Mhm.
type of thing. I think it's easier and just makes it easier for everybody to just keep the video going
Right.
on the throughout the duration of the exhibition. What do y'all think?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine, and I think not everyone's gonna make it on the day of the preview.
Yeah,
So yeah, having this sort of on loop at least gives them a reason to sort of stay and watch the film as well.
yeah.
So yeah, I agreed. Having this wall just for the video, I think it's good.
Okay. Yeah, and after the exhibition is over, we'll release the video on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. And this is just another angle, just
Mm-hmm.
close up. This wall, yeah, I'm not too sure about this green background
Mm-hmm.
and how we can even do that with the TV. I'm sure it's possible, but yeah, the green background is like artificial turf or something like
Right.
that. Just just acting as something like just to make it look a little more like just to give it a
Honestly,
nice vibe. But we
yeah.
don't have to,
I think
yeah.
we can also like put these greenery stuff around the frames of the TV or the screen, so it
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
have to be directly on the wall.
Uh-huh.
And I think yeah, just adding more of this like natural like leaf element if we can find something for a good price, I
Yeah.
think would be good. And I think we can definitely use that, in the upcoming um exhibitions we'll have as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, in terms of I guess monitor as well, we have to reach out, right, and then see what kind of size, because this is a
Yeah.
huge monitor if we were thinking in this
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, I think she just has to pick one and
Yeah.
recommend one.
Yeah, she said she was gonna try to find something,
Mm-hmm.
but haven't got any response yet. So I'm gonna start looking as well
Mm-hmm.
for places we can
Yeah.
rent monitors and
Yeah,
actually,
I think there's a lot of places to rent. It's just the specs,
yeah,
right? Like I think she should like it's fine if she finds one to rent. She just needs to send that to us
yeah,
so that we get the right quality.
yeah.
And so yeah, like I would put that onus on Aoi
Mm-hmm.
to help find it for
Yeah.
us.
Okay. And yeah, this wall beside this monitor will
Right.
have a piece, which is a different or the second art piece that she's providing. Uh, then here is Jaren. It's gonna be both go animation. And then here we want to have a podium type thing with a vinyl or 3D printed figure. Preferably, I think it's gonna end up being vinyl just because it's cheaper than 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still got to get the final word from him on which route he wants to go with this. As far as 3D printing or vinyl. And then right here we will have their album artworks pinned on the wall and a description talking about the track list and like the inspiration and whatnot. And we'll do something similar with everybody else's artwork as well. Obviously, we'll have like the little
Right.
card talking about the artwork, telling the name of the artwork and that type of thing.
Mhm, mhm.
And yeah, that's the general. That's the gist.
I know we talked
Yeah.
about like laying out astroturf on the ground for people to like sort of sit and watch the
Uh-huh.
film.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at this, I feel like we can do it without it and just
Uh-huh.
work on the ceiling part, hang some
Yeah.
leaves and stuff too.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be okay without,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
we just have the ceiling covered with the green vines and stuff.
and just sort of wondering, like, I know Aoi's definitely making merch,
Uh-huh.
and she might set up a table, maybe like somewhere between her two art or in the back where the catering or is gonna happen.
Yeah, I think all the merch should be over there.
Okay.
Just want to keep the main floor like as clean as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So this is just for the art.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, just
so
art.
the merch, any sort of F&B would
Yeah,
be on the other side of the wall behind
yeah,
the Aoi
yeah,
and reception and all of that.
yeah.
Okay.
All in there. Yeah.
And we're thinking from the Senspace side. We're working on a scrapbook app. We have a monitor in the food and beverage area.
Mm.
We're gonna be using that, and hopefully, people will be taking photos with the app and posting it on in that scrapbook. So in the 3 days, we'll grow this like big scrapbook on the monitor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, and that can include stuff both from like the actual participants in Harmonium, us,
us.
and the people who come visit. It's almost like we're leaving like, at art galleries sometimes, in cafes, like they'll have that book
Right,
that
Yeah.
like hiking lodges, right?
right.
Uh-huh.
They
Like
do. Yeah, yeah.
that sort of vibe, like people can
Absolutely.
leave how they felt about the show sort of thing in
Yeah.
the book. And there'll also be some notes from like the artists and stuff. We still want to chat with you about that, but I think let's save that for another conversation. But yeah, but we'll Senspace will be using that monitor in the
Yeah.
other room.
Mhm.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Also about the not what the itinerary, I guess you call it, the people grab to read the information about the
Right.
art
Yeah.
and that type of stuff. Um, do we so that there's going to be something pasted on the wall talking about the artworks and yeah, I'm just trying to think, do we actually need like a little pamphlet, a little itinerary?
I think we should
Okay.
because like people will not know what's going on. Like I
Yeah,
think that's the biggest thing. It's like because this is such a unique experience,
yeah.
like ideally, yeah, because like it almost like my without that, like the video viewing
Uh-huh.
will feel like a bit like it might be like oh it might be even too if you know you know. If that
Okay.
makes sense. Like it almost fe will feel like too much like it's our movie to some extent,
Uh-huh.
if that makes sense. Like um that's my only concern. Oh, it's
Okay.
very meta. It's very meta. I'm the only one in the chat right now.
Okay.
Um, but it's very meta. Or this is like because I think like in order for and I guess not everybody's gonna read the pamphlet.
Mhm.
And I guess if like you have a little intro before the movie, before it starts, being like, hey, like this is an output of this trip that we did at the end of the year, people will get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if somebody walks in the middle or like walks in on the weekend,
Mm.
right? Having that context of like what the video is on the back screen, like I think is good. And
Yeah.
so even I know people can like in theory go up to something and read something, but I think having that guide is helpful.
Yeah.
Like in my heart of hearts, like it'd be cool if there was like a yamapu. You it's like a yamapu of like going to like the specific people's stations.
Mhm.
Like that would be kind of cool looking. But yeah, like I think just yeah, something to be a guide for
Mm.
people when they get there.
Yeah. Huh? Bruh. Lily Bell messing around on my phone, messaging people.
She's going on the stream. Is she
Yeah.
going live on Twitch?
Nah, but actually, yes, I could actually give her. I have Twitch on my phone, and she can do that actually.
Oh, we got three
Yeah.
viewers now though.
Oh, there we go. There we
Thank
go.
you, chat, for joining us.
Okay, here we
Nice.
go.
Uh,
Kawaii.
but yeah, so uh yeah, I think it's nice to have that guide for folks when they come in when somebody isn't there to explain to them what's going on, sort of thing.
So I don't know if you saw my comment right here. Harmonium Manifesto and overview of initial hike will be pasted on the wall near the entrance. I think
Hmm.
we can put all of that in this
Okay.
as well in the pamphlet opposed to putting it on the wall.
Yeah, I think if there's something,
Mm-hmm.
like I think like in some art shows, like, and I think cost wise I'd be concerned about doing this, but like when they have like the big decal description of the show, like long form written out on the wall sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I just feel like I have no clue what that sort of thing would cost,
Mm.
but like if there was something like in the entrance area that was the map pasted, then maybe you don't need the printed version potentially.
The
So
map.
like if in that Hina entrance area
Mhm.
or something, like there's a one of those walls is actually like a description of the show,
Oh,
like through like the manifesto and
yeah.
like that being pasted, let's say on the left side, for
Uh-huh.
example, when you
Yeah,
walk in, like then maybe you don't need printed pamphlets.
yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, for me in a perfect world, I would like to have both.
Hmm.
If both is not possible, at least the pamphlet.
Mm.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
I- But
But
I
but I
think,
think having a description of harmonium as you walk in,
yeah,
and it doesn't have to be like a written explanation. It can be more of like harmonium branded stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can be like stuff even from like the early harmonium deck or whatever it is, like something that like just shows what it is,
yeah.
sort of thing. So that people look and it's like, oh, okay, this is why I'm here. Because like the pamphlet people might not pick up in theory. Also,
Mhm.
like just sorry, I know this is a lot of different points, but is anybody like s selling anything?
As of now, only Aoi.
Oh, and what
Oh, you
what
mean
is
the artworks, not the merch, right?
yeah, yeah, not the merch. Yeah, more the artworks.
Yeah, nobody has said anything, and I really don't know how that will work with these being digital art pieces. Like, obviously, they could just give the like the file to somebody, but nobody has
Hmm.
said they're selling anything. But I also
Yeah.
haven't really announced that people can sell their artworks. But I'll do that as well and see if people want.
Yeah, I think maybe that's so that's actually an interesting conversation. Let's save that for the Zora partnership section because I think um, that might solve a few things
Mm.
here.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, but yeah, so I think with yeah, so if we could have one, what are your thoughts, I guess, Casper and Ant, like if one of those walls in the Kina section wasn't photos, but instead like harmonium, like the type of stuff that you have written here instead.
Yeah, I think that could work because the photos as well, they don't have to be that big. Because I
Hmm.
remember Tina even saying that she wanted to do smaller photos.
Hmm.
So potentially the left side could be like like a series of small photos, and then
Hmm.
the right side is where we could have like the big poster talking about the exhibition and
Yeah.
manifesto and all of that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes more sense in theory. And I think the content that's on that wall can also be the same content that's in the pamphlet, pretty much.
Yeah,
Um, I guess the question is like the format, right?
yeah.
Because I think like, yeah, I have no clue. I like the only like big on the wall decal type thing I've ordered in the past is
Uh-huh.
like in 2019, I got these like massive stickers made. Do you remember, Casper?
They'll
Or
still.
were you at were you working at Saturdays then?
Yeah, it was, and I think it's when you did the exhibition at Misadeko, right?
It's when I did like
The
the
huge.
project with
Yeah.
yeah, massive animal
Yeah,
sticker.
yeah, I remember that.
Like those cost like 20만 to print.
マジで
I mean, those are massive
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
were like a
Very
meter,
big.
like 2 meters
Yeah.
in length.
なるほどね。
I just have no clue what it costs to decal a wall like that. I feel like custom sticker printouts are like
Yeah,
ridiculously
they're hella expensive.
expensive, but if you just got it printed on a piece of what do you call it? Like poster
Like a
board.
poster, yeah, like
Yeah, like
because
and just and stick that on the wall. I don't know how
I think
Yeah.
how
remember
different it would be.
the Smash Bros poster we created.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
But
probably like
that's
Ichiman.
and that's a poster
Yeah, it
too.
was on a poster, so
Yeah.
we could definitely do it on a poster as well.
Yeah.
That probably might work better.
Hmm.
And also even like with the pamphlet, like something like this is a brand that I like. It's a cap I'm wearing called More Porks, but this is the map of New Zealand in like the old school like compass like sort of map where it tells you, and then it's just like a little description in the back. But even like sort of mapping out the Kumotori-san and adding like a QR code and doing all the explanation within like the Senspace app, and we can create like a harmonium book or like a space within the app where people, and then that sort of leads them. I feel like it will connect the art pieces and the app pretty well. I think we'll have to explain to you a little bit more about like how what we're doing with our app as well, but
Yeah.
because a lot of these artworks are digital as well, like having a lot of these digital like doing it on the phone, I feel like could be another way to save a little more money on printing posters out and giving more
Yeah.
spaces for art pieces rather than like using up a wall for explanation. I mean, that could also be explained in like a very artsy way as well, but
I guess my thing is I like having it doesn't have to be an explanation. As long as it's like Harmonium branded stuff.
right.
Like I think that's just to be like, oh, you're at the Harmonium. Like,
So
what show are you at? Because people are probably gonna come realistically from like Aoi-chan being like, ah, なんか展示会あるんだけど、で、or like Kona being like, あ、ちょっとライブやるんだけど、イベントでライブやるんだけど来てくれる。And like, I don't think um people will know what Harmonium is. Or, so I think it's more like it doesn't have to explain the show as much as like be like a harmonium wall, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, like I think, and that could be like a pretty version of the manifesto. It could be like
Yeah, that's what
just the logo. It could be anything really.
I was thinking the logo with the manifesto beneath it or something like that.
Hmm. Mm,
I
mm,
don't
mm.
know.
Yeah, yeah. And then maybe there's like a sentence added at the end of the manifesto being like, this is the first show, something, something.
Yeah.
Um, just so that like you walk in, read that, and then you're like, oh, this is what I'm at.
Yeah.
Walk in,
Yeah.
thinking up. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think if we can go to like a acceptable budget version on one wall,
Mhm.
um, primarily like not decaling directly onto the wall, unless there's like a service for that. Because I feel like art galleries do this sort of thing all the time. So maybe there is like a reasonable service for that on a wall. I don't know. Um,
I'll yeah, because I know we just also for something I did at work, we made some what are they called? Uh, banner stands. We made some
hmm hmm
banner stands that had printed material, like a
Yeah.
tall, maybe about as tall as my body, printed
hmm
poster that was on the banner stand, but that included the banner stand as well, and that costed like some mon or something like that. So I feel
Yeah.
like we could get something cheaper than that,
Yeah.
at least half the price, or if not more.
Yeah. We'll
But
figure something out. But yeah, but point being like one wall is Hina, one wall is harmonium stuff, and we just have to figure out what we want to put there and how we want to print it. But I think if we get that done, if we figure that out within the next week or so,
yeah,
that should give us plenty of time.
yeah,
Mm. Okay. But I think like general layout wise for the art stuff, we should talk about everything else in a second. But general layout wise for the art stuff, that feels good. The only change being one of the walls won't be Hina, it'll be Harmonium branded. Um, and then no more turf on the ground.
yeah,
And we need to get Aoi to tell us what monitor she needs. But otherwise, I think I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, wait, we are using with the speakers.
Yeah, I messaged Oishkun
Okay.
or I messaged AP I don't know, a few minutes ago after he said he's moving,
Yeah.
because he's moving to Mars, of course.
Because I'm gonna help him out with the moving, and I have the
Oh,
car
okay.
on
Okay.
Saturday,
Oh,
so I can
got
take
you.
that from him and then maybe
Sick.
deliver it.
Because I just texted him being like, how do you want to do the speaker?
Yeah, so I
So if you can grab it from him, that would actually be sick.
そうだね。それで、まあ、家に置いとけばいいのか。そしたら、I can
Yeah.
just have it
If you,
持ってきた。
yeah, and you can use it because it's a fucking dope speaker.
A lot of people are gonna be complaining I'm dancing too much
But
in my house.
yeah, if you don't have space, like feel free to drop if it's not too much trouble, like feel like if it doesn't fit in your house, feel free to drop it off at mine, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. But
yeah,
I'll take that from him on
yeah.
Saturday, so I'll have it.
Okay, shit. Okay, perfect. Got you. Okay. And then so do we want to go to the other side of the room? The merch,
Yeah.
the merch,
Hey.
and we can talk about the merch itself in a second. What happened? Is it your house? Lollipop? Oh.
Yeah, she popped out.
She popped out from Harmonium?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that merch food room. So let's talk about the exact merch in a second,
Yeah.
because I think that's a separate conversation too. But for so for food and bev, did Cosmos get back to you? I'm sure they're busy with the marathon right now.
Yeah, they actually did, and I can follow up.
Mhm.
Send a follow-up message after this call, but they didn't get back to me at all.
Yeah.
And so for Melody as well, she might be in Singapore on the
Yeah.
day, the
hmm
duration of the exhibition. So she hasn't been able to give me an exact answer yet because she doesn't
hmm
know when she has to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just kind of in limbo right now with both of them actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I can try to pop by Cosmos. That's
uh-huh.
probably the fastest way. But the thing is, yeah, they're probably like the time to talk to them is like after this week
Uh,
because they have a bunch of events leading up to Tokyo Marathon.
If anything,
I've been seeing it on socials. And I think they're just in Osaka too. Um, and so yeah, I mean, I think like so worst case scenario. Oh, thank you for dropping that in. Worst case scenario, we can like I don't this is gonna I guess sound like such a hater and I don't mean to, but like we could go like Loftwork style and put, like a bunch of cans out like they because I feel like at the Loftwork events I see that's what they typically have out is like just have a bunch of cans out and people can kind of take them as they wish
それもいい
sort of thing.
し、I can also ask my girlfriend. She works at a vegan restaurant and they do
Yeah,
pop-ups and we can have like little acai bowls and like little mini salads
that would be dope.
if they
Yeah.
want to go that route. Because they are always looking for like pop-ups that they can work with.
If
So
they're looking for it, that would be amazing.
yeah,
yeah, I'm
I was
not
just wondering,
opposed.
yeah, how the Cosmos things was going. So like, I mean, with Cosmos, it's probably gonna be mainly like drinks, right? Like fresh
Yeah.
juice and like smoothies. But at the same time, like they are like the company that my girlfriend works at is sort of in the similar vibes as Cosmos in terms of like vegan, health related. Like they're both serving acai, so like I don't want to collide them.
Mm.
That's why I was just kind of waiting on reply from the Cosmos, but definitely like an option. It's much. I'm sure they'll be down to do it, and it'll be much easier to like kind of organize that because she is organizing all those pop-ups, so I can just like talk to her directly.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
hmm
I personally instead of waiting for Melody and Cosmos Juice, maybe if we could ask them beforehand and see if they're available then.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe we
Yeah.
could just do like with them. We can if Cosmos is down to join, we can have the Cosmos provide juice and like little small like food for like the
mm,
first day. We can have my girlfriend's place do like mini salads and like organic vegetables and like acai bowls or like sweets, vegan sweets.
Yeah. I mean, I also think like I don't know the health food world so well. And even if it's like slightly competitive, I guess, in terms of items, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah, because
I don't know. I don't know if there's like
ultimately, I mean, it's
big
my
beef in those.
yeah. Ultimately, my girlfriend's the one who decides, and she's a big fan of Mao-san. So she
Okay,
would be
okay,
very happy to do something with Cosmos if that's the case as well.
okay.
So
Cool, cool. Yeah, so why don't we just ask? Why don't you ask Kurumi
yeah,
and see if we can run it?
let's do that.
Okay, cool. So that'll be food and drink or just food, you think?
Just food mostly. So with like you
Okay.
can get like a cool box and just buy drinks and also do that.
Yeah.
I think they
Yeah. Well, oh wait. No, Ant is on the screen.
You see that?
Cut out. Yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
didn't
It
know. Just
looks
found
crazy. But yeah, okay. So then we're good on we can always figure something out, I'm sure. Like
Yeah.
it's not we'll do something. And like also like I feel like this isn't a big like drinking partying thing as much as like hanging out,
Yeah,
feeling like you're at an event that's different than, just going to any other sort of like Harajuku reception
Mm.
sort of thing. Not that those events aren't fun too, just feeling different.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, okay. So that is there anything else outside of merch that we need like check-in or just let people, just have flyers on a table if we do the pamphlet, like just have it somewhere obvious, I guess.
yeah. I feel like maybe I think we'll have to have some type of little table, little reception table somewhere.
Yeah.
So I can't really, it's hard to imagine right now without seeing without being there at the place. But I think uh like which one is it? Maybe it's too close to the door, but somewhere right here, like in front of the harmonium side or something like that, we could have a reception table.
Yeah.
Or we could just put it on the wall here as well. But I think we need some type of table at the least to for people to or for us to place the itinerary brochure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we're gonna have that, then we might as well do like a sign-in thing, I feel.
You think so? I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
We'll be right back. But yeah, sorry. One sec.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll call my girlfriend after this and see if they have drinks. We can also just do everything with them as well. So
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that.
I'll send you over. They do like catering for like Black Eye Patch, their shoots and stuff.
Oh,
Because I guess a
okay.
lot of the models there are like vegan or like they
Yeah.
hire a lot of like vegan models.
Uh-huh.
I'll send you over the Instagram here.
What did you say the name of the place? Oh, you said the
Yeah,
Instagram.
it's called the Bee.
The B.
But she does all the she's a VMD, so she does visuals and merchandise and pop-ups and
Okay.
stuff. So the food is great and it's
Yeah.
very natural. So I think the vibe will be nice.
Yeah.
And
You
then
sent it to IG?
yeah, it's their IG. And then yeah, they can have. I mean, she can be on set for the preview day, and they can help them like sort out. And I don't know if so. Like we would sell these things, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like a couple hundred and like 500. I don't know how much they sell it for, but
Mhm.
people can buy acai there. So we don't have to prepare like a lot. Maybe like
Yeah.
20 or 30 at the most, maybe that people can just like buy, or we can pay them a certain amount
Mm.
and just have them as like a free food for people that come.
So then personally, I prefer that just so people can actually come and like just fully
Enjoy,
enjoy.
yeah.
Then also on the flyer, we can put their name like catering by whatever their name is, the
Right.
B.
True.
And more people could will potentially come for that reason as well.
True. Okay, I'll sort that out with my girlfriend and I'll let you guys know about that.
If we go that route, then I feel like it should be sign up based, right?
It should be what?
China based?
Should it be if you go so I guess it's sort of more of a question than anything. Like if you go with the catering route, like catering and like catered free drinks route, like should there be a sign up or does it matter, do you think?
Why would we need to sign up to
To know.
I guess we don't. Like I don't know. I mean I don't I still feel like it probably won't be like the whole world conversion because they want free acai bowls at the event sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just more of like, if people are coming for free food, do we want them to like sign up knowing what they're going to, sort of thing. But I guess it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, can I just make sure? But is the first day, is it like, are we gonna invite? Is the exhibition like open to everyone from the first day, or the first day we're sort of like going around our friends and inviting them, saying that it's like a preview of the movie or the film?
I was thinking it's open to everybody, but
Yeah.
we're also personally inviting people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like when, some art shows will have the reception publicly listed on the
That's good.
Instagram post and like that's that sort of thing where it's like the reception is open. Yeah, I don't think like we're not just based on where the event is at, like notoriety wise at this point. Like I think making the reception closed is I feel like it's doing more work. Like
確かに。
we're creating more work for ourselves
Yeah.
to some
Yeah.
extent
Okay.
versus like just being like, yeah, go to this Instagram link
うんうんうん。
sort of thing.
そうだね。
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be good to understand, Casper, when you talk to Kurumi-chan, like what like if it was like a paid for catered thing, like what
Right.
the deal is, like if it was just like they show up sort
Okay.
of thing.
Okay.
Just because there are real budget constraints.
Right.
And yeah, this is like an overshare because like we're thinking about like the next Harmonium budget too.
Right.
And so just want to make sure we have something left over for that.
Bagus.
But yeah, cool. No, I think it sounds good. So yeah, so if F&B beverage wise, if we don't get Cosmos, is it just like we order from Kakuyasu sort of thing?
Yeah.
Or are there any other backups?
I mean,
Yeah, that was all. It's like Cosmos Juice and Mel. Those are the
Yeah.
two people that I had in mind.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think it's okay. If those guys don't work out, we can order from just Kakuyasu
Yeah.
and just like just have some drinks ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good on the so yeah, so we'll have some sort of table to pick up flyers or the pamphlet, open invitation, and then we'll have the food area over at the table that we're showing right now. And then do we want to quickly go over merch?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay.
I mean, there's not too many updates, but yeah, let me just. Are y'all looking at my Photoshop screen?
yes, we
I-
are.
Yeah, it's an image of the room and you in front of it, which is kind of funny. It's like you just looked into the room, see if anybody was there.
Yo. Uh, okay. Get that one out of here. Second.
Oh, this looks kind of crazy. I might screenshot this.
Yeah, my screen is going crazy right now too.
Well,
You're looking crazy right now. It looks like a mischief art piece behind you.
well,
Let me just like I'll put it in the Zoom chat. Casper, this is a funny thing to hold on to. This is what it was looking like behind you.
where did you send it?
I just sent it in the Zoom chat.
Oh,
It was looking like this behind you for like 20 seconds or so.
Oh, is that how
what?
it looks on your screen? Because on my screen it's different.
Oh no, it looked like that for like 20 seconds on
Oh, I
my
see.
screen.
That does
It's
look like a mischief art piece.
just looked kind of fun.
Okay, yeah. So for merch, Aoi has sent me. She's ready.
Okay.
Yeah, she sent me a message online. 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this in the in our in our Figma so everybody can look at it. But she sent me the design for her bandana.
Amazing.
So she decided, yeah, after we talked last time, we all agreed that the bandana it would be best for her to make the bandana because that's what people will buy.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her that, and she sent me the data for the bandana and also the link. Uh, uh,
Where to
wait,
order it?
yeah. Have you heard of corner printing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely use corner printing a lot.
Okay, yeah, she sent me the link, the corner printing link, so we can just basically send me everything that's needed to get her
It's ready
bandanas
to
print.
be shipped, I guess.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. Let me know if you can see. I just dropped the bandana image.
Damn, that's so sick. I'm
But let me
definitely
make.
using this for Fuji Rock.
Yeah, that thing is crazy, right?
I don't, dude, yeah. This
I
is like
remember.
a really high quality piece. I wonder how much of this will be like sort of pixelized in the. I guess we'll see, but I guess she made it accordingly to the template of the bandana, right? That she's printing out.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, exactly.
it's just us sending that. Oh shit! Where's my charge?
Yeah, so yeah, this is gonna be a crazy bandana. But yeah, she sent me this so we can start printing that whenever. But as far as the harmonium T-shirt, to be honest, I haven't even had time to get back around to it. The plan is to finish it up this weekend. Finish up a few designs and share them with y'all on Sunday. And yeah, and then for Jaren, he said he wanted to make a toy of the
The
what is the name
Gomiboto.
of it? Gomiboto.
Gomiboto.
Wanted to make a toy of the Gomiboto, but he hasn't sent me the final data yet. And the toy, it would be like a vinyl toy or some type of movable toy from Alibaba. That's what he was saying. But yeah, he hasn't sent me the data yet. So yeah, right now it's just Aoi. She's the only one. And Kona and Zensei aren't doing any merch.
Yeah.
So yeah, those
Okay.
are the merch updates.
Got you.
Some cool t-shirt
Okay.
designs this weekend. And then
And Casper and Ann, I guess, do you have a sense of when we would need to put in the orders by? Like, should we give ourselves like
Honestly, the
an
first week
internal
of
deadline?
March, I think
Yeah.
is the latest we can do it.
Yeah.
yeah,
So Wednesday of next week,
Wednesday
but just like
next week would be
put
nice.
the deadline
Yeah.
on it so that we go for it.
Yeah, let's
yeah,
do that. The 5th.
hmm Okay. And we can discuss number of pieces later.
yeah. What do y'all think about just back to the flyers, but when should we start printing the flyers? Not the flyers,
Uh,
but the itinerary thing for the exhibition.
we just got to decide what's on it first,
Yeah.
I think.
That's
And I think
facts.
printing them
Like
that can go maybe
yeah,
within a day.
yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't take a lot of time to
Yeah.
print, right?
No, I think it's just more what's in it. Like if we want to make it a map of the room, do we want to make it I think this also parlays into the last point too around the Zora partnership stuff. So why don't we go to that and then jump back to the flyer because I think they're interconnected.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so Zora just trying to I think for some context too, did an event with Newt, did an event with Do, and they both went well. Like they got, I think, close to like 100 app signups
And also
across
with
them.
the Hyoriya music, they got
Hyori Music too.
plus 50 signups. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but I think still like there's still like this sort of um yeah, I think Zora's trying to figure out like they want more and better content on the platform. I think what's interesting to them is like Harmonium, is a a sort of a collective and residency of sorts. It also its own brand, right? So Harmonium is a cool brand, but then also we're working with a lot of cool artists, and so like they ideally want to figure out a way to reach both.
Mm.
But my point to Zora is like, it may, of course, we want to get both, but like would want to think about like, it's almost like, it's an extra layer, right? Like it's we us posting as Harmonium is no problem, but then like having to explain to the artists, it's just an extra layer. And so um I think one thing that might be attractive to the artists involved, and I know Aoi and Hina are already there anyway, but like, I think if that were the way to sell stuff, like so if you were, if Aoi who's already doing this, but like putting her digital art pieces on Zora, and then what is it? Like the work in progress stuff from Jaren, that actually fits really nicely because like Zora actually looks a lot more like Pump Fun now, interestingly enough, where it's like now every piece is a coin. It's not an NFT anymore. It's now everything that you put on Zora is actually a coin. So like it's almost like betting on the future of Gomiboto
Mm.
when you're um minting it. And
Mhm.
so yeah, like I think like the work in progress stuff with Gomiboto, the uh yeah, the like digital art pieces from Aoi, and even like uh the music collective that we're working with, the Park, they like before they like mix master the tracks, like the initial version, the initial cut that they do, they actually put as like an MP4 with a graphic on Zora. And so, like, that could be the way for people to sell stuff in theory, if they're looking for a way to sell stuff. And so, like, that might be like kind of killing a few birds with one stone to some extent, where it's like, how like it kind of like fits their goals and like also is a way for the artist to sell stuff. Um, I guess the question, like, my concern is like more so like the onboarding hurdle, like of like being like Aoi and Hina are already there, so that's not so difficult. But like for everybody else, and I know like Jaren's done crypto stuff in the past, so maybe that's not as big of an onboarding hurdle. But I just want to get your thoughts on like that as a portion of the partnership. I think like I still feel like it's difficult to guarantee it. Like we have to talk to the artists and see if they're down too. But also like Zora apparently will promote it, hopefully. Not apparently, but like hopefully promote it too. And so yeah, what are your thoughts on that of effectively like Zora being the way for the artist to sell something? Um, and like I guess my like the sensitivity is like if the artists say no, what do we do? And just like kind of navigating that. And like they could say no now and then like a month later say yes, right? Like so it's like kind of or like they may do something eventually on Zora and this is a way for them to know about it. So yeah, I guess what are your thoughts on like this dynamic of like them of like this being the way for the artist to release? And I mean, I feel like mandate is a strong word, but like this, you know, th this being the way to release stuff for the show, I guess.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. Um, I honestly don't have any thoughts. I'm just like, let's try it. Let's ask this
Yeah,
them because I even think
yeah,
even like we can have like next to the artwork description
yeah.
in the gallery, we can have a QR code
Hmm.
which goes directly to Zora to
Yeah.
the artwork on Zora, and
Hmm.
I just think that looks cool as far as like
Yeah.
how an exhibition works and how the artists are selling their artwork. I think
Hmm.
it's cool and pretty modern as opposed to just doing the typical like pay cash at the gallery and then get your artwork. Granted, these are all digital pieces pretty much, so you can't
Yeah.
really purchase them in that manner anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I think that's a cool idea, and for the music as well, we can do the music in the same way.
Yeah.
It's just getting everybody on board to doing it. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just, and this is like also a bit of a Japan thing too, where it's like, just people wanting to and I respect everybody wanting to know all the details
Mm.
too, but like just getting everybody comfortable, like that's the
Mm-hmm.
one concern. But yeah, but I think posing it to the artists, um, seeing what they think. And then, based on that, we can give Zora an honest answer too. Like being like, these artists said yes, these artists said no, or everybody said yes. And go from there. That feels right, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like. And I agree with you. It's kind of a cool experience, right? Like where it's like, support this artist by buying. It's the tough thing is like it's gotten very heady now. It's like support them by buying their coins. What are like their tokens that represent how much you vibe with their piece. So like for the person actually buying, there's a bit of it's a little bit tougher to understand if they're not in crypto already. But yeah, I think so too. So I think let's yeah, let's ask. I'll draft something up in English and Japanese, and we can throw it into the group. And
Mm-hmm.
being like, hey, we're talking to this potential sponsor. What do you guys think?
Mm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Cool.
Definitely.
And then this sort of second layer of this sort of partnership is they were asking like how Zoro would be like how could Zora be portrayed in the venue itself?
Mm.
So like more specifically, like they actually asked like, oh, could we make a decal of the logo and put it on the wall? I was like, I don't know if we're making a decal for anything. So yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, where in the venue, of course on the pamphlet, I think that's doable. Like where do you think that logo placement is in theory? Um, in the physical and like on Instagram on the flyer and stuff like that that's easy, but like within the physical plan, where do you think that logo placement would be?
Yeah, all I was gonna say was the flyer, the pamphlet
Yeah.
thing. But
Hmm.
besides that, man, what do you guys think about having it in the video?
In the video, that's fine. I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like I think that makes sense.
they still want a physical thing in the gallery itself.
Yeah, I think no, I think it's more so like us saying like this is how it's going to be set up,
Huh?
and there I guess like the one place where it could be in theory is like the Harmonium manifesto wall if you wanted to put like a sponsor logos thing. But I don't know if that like feels a bit much. Um,
My
I
only
I
thing
yeah.
is the Zora and the Harmonium logo are the same thing. They look
Yeah.
alike, so it could become confusing if they're right beside each other.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
that's what I'm thinking. Like I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Like, it can be anywhere that works, but if they're right beside each other, it gets confusing because they're both
Hmm.
circles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, what type of relation do these circles have, or are these both the same logo in a different variation, or something like?
Hmm.
A lot of questions come into play when they're right side by side.
Hmm.
So I feel like, so right now in my head, I can see it being in the video, coming up at the end of the video. The
Hmm.
Harmonium logo is at the beginning,
Yeah.
It's kind of separated by the length of the video if we put it
Yeah.
at the end. And then
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
an itinerary somewhere away
Mhm.
from the logo, but yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, let me talk to them and see what they say. But I'll just explain it in the context of the actual setup. I think the biggest thing is like they just want people to know that they're a part of this, I guess. Like, and so I think that that's yeah, and I understand that as someone who would be sponsoring this, we want to make sure people know that your company's sponsoring this. And so yeah, let me have a yeah, we should keep thinking on this, but let me see what they say. Just based on how we're set up right now. Yeah, I think it doesn't, I personal opinion, I don't know if it gives the right vibe to put even like because I think like anywhere that Zora's logo is, Senspace's logo should probably be there too. And I think it gives a bit of a weird vibe if you have like sponsor logos on the Harmonium manifesto from like day one, first thing that you walk into. It's like kind of it creates like a bit of a like it feels bigger than it actually is, right? Like, and I think from a branding but on the flyer, I think or like the pamphlet and the flyer and stuff like that, like I don't think that's intrusive at all. Um, and so yeah, I think if there was like some sort of it's just tough because like I think it's a little bit of like just it being visible. I think that's like the biggest concern and thinking. So like when we like what was cool when like the couple of past events that have happened like it was just like a you got the app and you could get free entry to something or get it like free drinks and stuff like that. But I think it's still like having that just as like a little pop thing was just like very small. And so I think as a concern was just like, yeah, how can we make it more obvious? But but yeah, let me see what they say. And I actually like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm curious if they may not even want to be on the video in theory because that's like content and their platform. And so if let me I'll just ask and see what they say. But I think having give them some options and go from there.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Bad.
Yeah.
Well, I also wanted to just kind of going back to the exhibition itself, but is Kona gonna perform the song? Is she gonna like sing with the mic?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll probably have to sort. Is that do you like at what time frame is this performance after the video, right?
Yeah, after the video.
Is there like a visual that she is gonna be using like as a sort of like a not a VJ but like I guess a VJ? Is there like a visual that she needs with her performance or like how does she want to perform? Because
Mm,
Sensei is not gonna be in town, right?
yeah, he's not gonna be in
Right.
town. Yeah, she hasn't mentioned a visualizer VJ type vibe, but I also feel like I mean there's gonna be visuals going on around already, so it could be fine without, but if not, it could be something as simple as the album artwork being projected in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Then if that's the case, we have to switch the screens and stuff. And like with the computer, we
Right.
have to
But that
back
would
there.
just be the video screen, right? That's what I'm imagining. We're keeping the other sides locked in for the artist.
Uh-huh.
So like
Yeah.
switching the video visual or maybe like extending the video, the first day video, like continuing with the visualizer that like repeats for like 30 minutes and she can
Mm.
perform within that time frame maybe and get like maybe a spotlight if we can
Uh-huh.
work with the lighting and just like have it on her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll ask her. Let's ask her and see.
yeah.
Because yeah,
Mhm.
she hasn't mentioned a visualizer thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And I guess in terms of like the greeneries we have or you have listed in the actual exhibition space, do you have like links to them, or do you know where you're gonna get them? I'm assuming it's a lot of them are like Amazon or Alibaba. It's probably like the cheaper option.
Yeah, I was gonna look on Amazon, and also my at Loftwork, somebody on my team, he used something for an exhibition at like on the second floor over there at Loftwork. I was gonna ask him about that
Okay.
tomorrow actually to see where he got it from, because the one he has is the exact thing I would like to use.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, if that works out, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I'll ask him, and if I can't get those, we can go with Amazon.
All right. Should we discuss what's on the pamphlet?
So what's on the pamphlet? Yeah, we can quickly discuss it. I think so Harmonium, obviously, the Harmonium Manifesto, explaining what Harmonium is. Then a synopsis of this first a synopsis of this first experience. So telling what it was, where we went, what we did, and then from there, an explanation of each artwork and the video as well. So explain what the video is. Maybe that should come first. So the manifesto, and then the summary or synopsis of what this first experience was. Then after that, maybe, do y'all think we need an explanation of the video inside of here? No? No.
I don't think so. I think as long as it shows what's in the gallery.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you don't even maybe you don't even need that. Like maybe it's just the participants. And then, yeah, and then the Sora probably wants something from them. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Anything
I
from
think
the
like
Senspace side?
yeah, so yeah, something from us and something from Zora. I think yeah, from us, I think like we're almost like we're slotting in almost like one of the artists with this too, because like it's an art piece to some extent that's there, right? Like you'll have our scrapbook that people can add to. So as long as like that, people can, I guess should people be able to navigate to the pieces from the pamphlet itself and then like the scrapbook that we've created?
Yeah, I think so. That's why, because I was about to say, you said you didn't think we should have the artworks in the pamphlet, but I think we should, and include the QR code so they can just have another option to go
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
artworks and purchase.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I was thinking more so like a description of the artwork. Like in theory, you could have their name, I guess their name in the title. And if they click through they can scan through to the QR of the thing or something along those lines. Because I think otherwise it's a lot of info. I'm just thinking between like the manifesto, show description, some sort of branding for the show itself, everybody's art, titles, descriptions, links, and then sort of sponsor partner descriptions and links. It feels like it feels like a lot. And so I was just trying to figure out how to cut down.
Okay, yeah, let's take the artworks out and only have the
Maybe it's like a name and title of the like name of the artist and like the title of their work and then a QR or something like that versus like a description of their work. Like you just look at the QR and see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can work too.
Yeah, yeah. Because I
Yeah,
think to your point, if you like that, you could take the pamphlet home and still purchase something or look at something. Like that is super nice.
yeah.
We also talked about like having the pamphlet paper a little more earthy vibe, but I'm assuming we don't need to go that route this time around. Just keep it as a simple pamphlet.
Yeah, nah.
It would have been
Prob-
nice if we could do that,
Yeah.
but just like timing wise, I don't know how long it takes for them to like prepare that and all that. So
I think we can save that for the next one.
yeah,
Yeah, a future one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
so I guess like in terms of like the pamphlet design, flyer design,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess with Senspace, our design for Harmonium,
Mm-hmm.
we should maybe like set in a date to like sort of lock that in.
Yeah, I'll get that finished this weekend too. I'm just waiting on Mars to, because for Instagram, it's gonna be essentially gonna be the Instagram post and like the physical like pamphlet itself. The design themes are gonna be very similar, but
Mm-hmm.
just for Instagram, it's gonna be a motion flyer. Like it's
Right.
gonna have moving parts. Like obviously the globe is gonna be on it. The
Mm-hmm.
harmonium globe is gonna be on it moving. Yeah, I was waiting on Mars to get up. Yo,
Okay. Because
yeah.
maybe like with the Senspace, like the app that we're creating, we can create sort of the same vibe,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and keep the branding within the Senspace app as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking actually, Casper, depending on how you felt, is we build the pamphlet in
Right.
Senspace.
That's what I was imagining too.
Um,
So like just kind
yeah.
of seeing the design after you sort of design it, and maybe getting some of those assets for us to use
Okay.
will be nice. And we can even do
Yeah.
this together on stream. We can
Mm-hmm.
make the Harmonia pamphlet visually.
Yeah, yeah. We could also, if we go that route, we can make it a lot more visually interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can put like I don't know, we'll see what the printout looks like and like costs with like color and stuff like that too. But like, because it is like scrapbook vibes,
Yeah.
like it can feel very like DIY in a cool and interesting and different
Yeah, it'll be cool to have
way.
like some videos or like snippets that we took on the
Yeah.
run and in
Oh,
the
do
scrapbook.
you want to, Casper, do you want to share the first page of brand introduction?
Oh, is it
And
possible for
the
you to share? Because if I share it on mine, it doesn't show on stream. Because I'm streaming
okay.
this
Yeah,
right
I
now.
can share it. I can share it. One second. So our test app right now is yeah, just like a whiteboarding tool. But I'll show you like more just from like a vibe perspective, like the type of stuff that we can do. This is just like oh me playing around a little bit with like this what is Senspace page here.
Hmm.
But like my point is more so that we can play around a lot with like the vibe for it.
Yeah.
Like we can make it super clean in theory too, but we can make it feel like the people are contributing their own little like it
Yeah.
could be like it could feel like the New Earth Journal
Yeah.
on the inside sort of thing.
So then.
Like you're stepping into Harmonium that way. And this is just us like playing around a bit and just like starting to put together what Senspace is. But yeah, like we can make it. Oh, actually, like now that I'm thinking about it, like I'm not sure how it'll work 2D, 3D, but like on the 2D, on the digital version of the flyer, like we could have like a moving version of Komiboto on it
ね、確か
and
に
stuff
確か
like
に。
that. Like, and so that's kind of cool and different too.
そうだね。
Oh, you're on mute right now, by the way.
I didn't realize you were sharing this on Twitch.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what are they talking about journal? And I wasn't seeing it because I wasn't in.
Oh,
I see it now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this sort of like make it into this sort of New Earth Journal vibe
Uh-huh.
sort of thing. But this is just like it doesn't have to be a book either. It could be like more of a nature scroll sort of thing. Like we could play around with what the actual background is. But yeah, we can like make it feel like everybody's stuff is in the like really in the flyer. And the 2D and the 3D version don't have to digital version and the physical version don't have to look exactly the same
Mm-hmm.
too. Or like or this is more like the pamphlet, I guess, than the flyer.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah. So point being like we can make it feel like the people a bit and a
Hmm.
little bit DIY vibes too.
Yeah.
そうだね。Maybe we can meet sometime next week, early next week, um, and then sort of create this together. If you're free next week sometime,
Yeah.
I think that would be a good way to sort of start making
Hmm.
this, and then
Mhm.
people can join the stream. The artists can join the stream if they have any things they want to add on to it, and it'll be a nice intro to like us creating this and getting the artists involved if we can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, that's
Cool.
amazing. So yeah, we can set up a date. Yeah, early. Maybe like the. Oh wait, I'm looking at the February calendar. Like the 3rd or the 4th.
Uh, third and fourth. That's Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday.
Monday or Tuesday.
Damn, Casper, you got a physical calendar? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how I use my schedules. I schedule everything on the physical one.
Yeah, maybe Monday.
Monday? Red, are you
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay with Monday?
I should be able to do Monday,
Can we do it at
depending
your
on
place?
foreseen circumstances. We could do it at my place. We could do it near my place.
So yeah.
80's not working that day, so it
Okay.
should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could definitely gather up around there and then
Hmm.
create this
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
And then yeah, we can sort out the orders for the merch when we meet up as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
I'll hit up Jaron too and see if he actually wants to do merch.
Wait, is Jared coming to Tokyo for this?
Yeah, we have to get his ticket sorted out, but he hasn't told me a date. Said he was gonna get back to me, but
Hmm.
he hasn't told me a date. So I'll try to get a date from him.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
So I guess next action will be to contact Hina how she wants to lay out the photos.
Yeah.
Ask Kona how she wants to perform, and then with Aoi the monitors, get her to choose a monitor for us, and then yeah, Jaren the flights. I guess just contacting each artist about like exactly how we're gonna do it, like showing this Figma. I think will be a good visualizer for them. So
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I'll work on the little blurb to
Zora.
to talk about the Zora
Okay.
potential partnership. And yeah, see what people say and then go from there.
And then yeah, I'll talk to my girlfriend right after this in terms of
Hmm.
catering.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, it's soon. It's
Very
soon.
soon, yeah.
As long as we're here, I guess once that event flyer is ready, do we want that to be like day one for like that to be like day one for socials, I guess? Is like probably start with that and then you could just post photos
I was
of
thinking
Harmonium.
logo actually.
Oh, logo first and
Yeah.
then event a
Then
few
maybe.
days later.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess once we have that, yeah, I think once we and we could put the event details in the
Mm,
caption
mm,
with
Yeah.
just and then just use that as the caption every time.
mm, mm.
I feel like you see that
Yeah.
sometimes, where just like the caption is just the event details for every post.
Hmm.
Um, like we don't have to describe what's going on in the photo, just direct people to the
Yeah.
Harmonium event sort of thing.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Cool. Um,
Wait.
Alrighty. And do we want to start that? Should we kick it off like next? Do we want to say next Monday or Tuesday as the kickoff, or do we want to do it even earlier than that?
I'll say next Monday.
Yeah, let's shoot for next Monday. Give us a little time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think also that'll. I mean, this is more of a sponsorship related, but I want to make sure get people's vibes on like their comfort levels around just selling their pieces, and yeah, that'll inform that post. So
All right.
okay,
Sounds good.
yeah, all right. I'm it's getting close. I'm hyped for this. It should be a lot of. I feel like everybody like it'll be a lot of work, but once we get there, everybody will be very happy, good vibes.
Yeah.
And so it should be fun.
Oh, so we also have to meet Ota-san.
Okay,
Yeah, he wants to have a meeting to finalize the details.
okay.
So yeah, I can just message you guys about that, but uh sometime next week is okay for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be all right.
All right, yeah, I'll message you about that.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hmm. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, looking forward to it.
Yep. I
Yeah.
shall talk to y'all soon.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Peace.
Alrighty.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.